How about a postcard to start your Friday morning? Okanagan Lake, Penticton, BC. We are here for the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Our home this week, the South Okanagan Event Center. 2 games remain in that championship pool. 2 draws later on this evening as we get closer to determining Team Canada at this year's Scotties. However, today it's the placement game. We will go coast to coast across the sheets of ice, and we'll show you a little bit from every game. And we'll start this morning with Yukon and Nunavut. Coming inside the building, as always, glad you're watching our coverage on TSN. Brian Mudryk, joined by 3-time Scotties champion Kathy Gauthier. So the championship round goes later on today. Top 4 teams make the playoffs. It'll be that page playoff format system, and last night will get you up to date if you missed any of the action. Jennifer Jones in the first end taking on Team Ontario, and she got off to a hot start.
Well, she took them right out of the mix. A little bit of risk from Ontario did not pay off, and on her final stone, had an opportunity with a soft weight hit for 4, and it has been all traditional Jennifer Jones after those 2 losses. Made this and everything else last night.
Bang, 4 on the board. It was a long day for Holly Duncan, and Team Ontario had to come through a 1-game playoff to make the championship round. They played 3 games that day. They lost that game. Marianne Arsenault turning back the clock, looking for her 6th Scotties title, her first as a skip, and she's been fantastic.
She has. She just quietly goes about making draws, hits, picks. Didn't matter what she did. Casey Scheidegger could not get anything going last night.
So Marianne Arsenault and the Blue Nosers an 8-3 final. As we look at the standings, so the top 4 make the page playoff system. Carrie Anderson, the wildcard team, on top. They're at 8-1. 3 teams at 7-2. We should remind you, BC, Ontario officially eliminated from the playoffs. So this placement game, I know it's not the game that teams wanted to play in. You can look at Newfoundland, Labrador, Stacey Curtis. They started 4-0 and then kind of fell off the rails a little bit. You can also look to a team like Sylvie Robichaud and Team New Brunswick. Yep. That close on the final draw of their final game. They didn't make it. So they're playing for some money and some points, but you look at this differently, don't you?
I do. I think this is any opportunity you have to play against this level of teams. And we'll look at Newfoundland, for example. A great start to the week. She keeps saying, I don't get to play on arena ice. So maybe this isn't the arena game that she wanted to play, but it's one more game, more experience. That helps.
Their goal eventually is to make the playoffs for the very first time. This young lady, so impressive. 18-year-old Emilia Gagne, and she turned some heads.
Well, she turned mine, that is for sure. Between a finalist from Quebec in the juniors and now this team here at the Scotties, that is going to be a battle next year in Quebec. She is so poised, so good. She's going to love another opportunity to play.
It'll be Quebec versus Saskatchewan, led by the veteran skip, Sherry Anderson. Now, Sherry is already playing in seniors, but she's inspired this young team in front of her.
Well, she has, and for Sherry, she'll go off in the spring to play in the Worlds, and should she win, I don't know, do we see Sherry come back? At a minimum, these young women in front of her have fallen in love with this Scotties, and they will be back.
So 2 draws later on tonight in that championship round. We focus, though, on the placement game today. We're going to go coast to coast across the sheets of ice. We'll cover all the teams, and we'll start with Yukon and Nunavut next on TSN.
The 2018 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue. Find comfort in Purex. The 2018 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada, by New Holland, equipped for a new world, and by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Welcome back to our Scotties coverage here in Penticton, BC. It's a special moment for Team Yukon walking in, followed by Team Nunavut. And we start off with them being our feature game, and it's time to meet the teams, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. We'll begin with Team Yukon, and the skip is Chelsea Duncan, the 3rd Jenna Duncan, the 2nd Kara Price, the lead is Jody Smallwood, and they curl out of the White Horse Curling Club. Out of the Iqaluit Curling Club in Nunavut, the lead, Denise Hutchings. The 2nd, Robin Mackey. The skip is Geneva Chislett. She's throwing the 3rd stones today, and the 4 stones coming from Christy Ann West. who celebrated a birthday yesterday, 19 years of age. So the broom is down. Absolutely happy birthday. The broom is down. The stone is out. It was Team Yukon winning that draw to the button. They have the Red Rocks. Team Nunavut, the Yellow Stones. And this stone on the way from the lead, Denise Hutchings.
Tight, guys. Don't want to go over, girl. Yep. 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 Okay, that's good.
That's good. Nice shot.
You have the weight.
Good feet.
Now, these are two teams where distance between not only the competition but your own teammates is often one of the biggest barriers.
Needs to be all there. Might come down.
Not a lot of opportunities in the north to compete at a high level or to compete, period.
Yep. Top 4. Yep.
And so for much of this week, Brian, they would have been learning
really
arena ice,
over.
how it moves,
Push,
what it
push,
does. And there's a really good indication that they figured it out.
And you know what I'm excited about? We're going to go coast to coast and show a little bit of action from each game across all 4 sheets, and we won't have a blank in the first end, I hope. So this is good. We got some rocks in play early on in this Friday morning.
75. Weight's perfect. Here we go.
All the way, girls. All the way, girls. Yep. All the way, girls. Come on. Yep. Our girls. Really are. Our girls. Whoa. Don't come down the side.
That's okay.
Somewhere in front gives you something that you can run back.
Same weight. You got a 60?
The South Okanagan Event Center, a wide look, and
Yeah, same weight.
we will go coast to coast, and we'll check in on all the games this morning.
Line's good. You got roll. Probably good.
The usual skip for Team Nunavut that's led this team all week was Amy Shackleton. She arrived when I asked her, wow, how did you get here from Iqaluit? And she said, through Florida, obviously, as she went to Florida on a family vacation, and then she came here to compete. And the unique thing about Team Nunavut, they basically had to go out and get themselves a skip. So they found Amy. They hadn't even met before this competition began. And the plan all along was for Amy to go back to Florida at this point. So she didn't just bail on the team and say, all right, ladies, I'm off to Florida. We didn't make that championship round. That was the plan all along. So we wish Amy safe travels as she joins her family and off to Florida.
Yep.
Amy didn't invite us, by the way.
No,
maybe it was lost in the invite was lost in the mail.
Somewhat disappointing.
Whoa.
Good, taps that stone out. Also creates a better lineup of that yellow-red combination if she has the opportunity to play it on her next.
Hack.
You got it.
We're glad to see Geneva back in the game. Earlier in the week, she had a bad fall, landed on her arm, and then sat for about 2.5 days out of the rotation. So seeing her back means that it's obviously not too serious, and we're very happy to see that.
Forward! Whoa! Forward!
Kara Price, second stones for Team Yukon.
Yeah, it's not a bad outcome. She is shot, and she rolled directly behind the guard.
Geneva, here, go this way.
Huh?
Never mind.
Some of that talking down the ice that we'll hear this morning is from Christiane, because she is, in fact, going to be the one to throw final stone. Geneva calling the ice. She's been third all week, except for those couple of days she took off for injury, so she probably has the best line on the ice, the best read on it.
Whoa, got lots, I think.
But when you're not the last rock thrower, the person that is often has a view of
slow down.
what the shots will be.
Pop that out. Pop that
So
out,
a little
Vinny.
tap from Robin Mackey.
It's okay.
That's fine, Robin.
Shot stone still belongs to Team
I don't
Yukon.
mind it. I don't mind.
95.
Jody Smallwood and Kara Price.
Good weight.
An example of how these teams are far apart when they try to compete. They are curling regularly at the Whitehorse Curling Club and get their reps in. Chelsea is living in Victoria, and younger sister Jenna going to school in Vancouver, so it's tough obviously to get together as a team.
That was 875.
Yeah, I got to take that more across.
I like it.
Yeah, all right.
You got it. What ice do you like?
They did curl competitively, Kathy,
Like
a few
there?
times together. A couple of bond spills. They had a training camp in
Or a little bit less?
Whitehorse as well over the holidays to
That's good.
Okay, you got it.
practice together. And I mean, I can only imagine the challenges for this Nunavut team. I walked up before the game and they found out they were going to be on TV, and they were just so excited to be featured, especially that young lady who probably looks up at the Jumbotron and
Sorry, I'm not used to it.
No, you aren't used to it, and you are larger than life on this Jumbotron over the sheet.
I'm confused.
And a great story from Christiane West. Before the game we were chatting. She was so excited. So she started here as the alternate, and then before the competition they moved her to second, and now she's throwing the final stones as well. I asked her, are you going to get a contract talks here to maybe get an upgrade? And then she said, well, I had to call my dad. And really nice story. Her dad, Chris, is apparently in Ottawa at a trade show and said, Dad, we're going to be on TV for a couple ends. And I guess he's super busy. And he said, yeah, okay, I'll try find a TV. So, I mean, you know, we can talk about this being a placement round, and obviously a lot of teams want to make that championship pool. But for these teams in this moment, it's very special to have their 15 minutes of fame, and good for them.
What a great shot by Geneva on this stone. Plays that out turn, gets some really nice finish. Rolls buried on the lid to lie 3.
Yep.
Where?
Last.
Yep. Yes. Where are we? Yep. Right up there.
Right up.
And we've seen some of these young women play with Sarah Colton before, so they have
Line's good.
national experience
Hard.
at the
Push.
junior level.
Push.
And we'll see a little bit later on in our
Nice shot, Jen.
broadcast, Sarah, who's playing with Carrie Galusha. They teamed up,
Bump it out that way.
playing for the Northwest Territories. They're on the ice against PEI
Just
this
forward
morning.
or hack.
Or afternoon, depending on what part of the country you're in.
Line's really nice. Wait only.
So the skip, Geneva Chislett, throwing the third stones on this team.
It's gotta move. It's trying.
Oh, shoot.
Nice try, Geneva. That's okay.
Let's make this good. A hair less.
But with Last Rock in this first end, doesn't want to guard. There's going to be an out-turn tap available, and so Jenna's going to try to come right down on top of that shot stone to lie 2.
About the same. Whoa then. Don't bump. No bump. No bump.
Where are we? It's curling in nice.
Okay. Coming down.
Stay close. If we bump, that's fine. That's perfect.
Good judge.
Little
Nice
tap.
shot, Jen.
Nice
Good
way.
job,
Does Team Yukon
Like
lies
an
2
inch
with
and a half.
Hammer here in the first.
They have that run, but at least they're frozen. Yeah.
Get that one on that?
Sorry.
Sure.
Or do you want to come?
They're about the same.
That's okay. No, look at there.
I know. Can you see that?
I think I got a good chunk. Yeah, I got like all of it.
Well, the run double's not there because
I don't
those
mind
yellow,
it.
those
You
red
just
ones are
bump one
frozen.
out. That's fine.
But as she just said, you bump one out. You can leave your shooter there. You may actually get a chance to replicate that on
You
your
guys like
second
that?
run.
Just run it back. Oh, okay.
No, don't change your mind.
No, you're right. You're right, though. You're right, though. That is a good second shot. Yeah. I like the come around. Yeah. Good call. Thanks, guys. For sure.
What do you like here, Kathy?
I like the
So, what do you
run.
think?
And the reason I like the run is
7.5?
it gives her more to work with. At a minimum, you might
Okay.
hit it on the outside, you at least get rid of one, or you tap one back. And if you tap one back, you might be able to freeze to it. This is great if you make it, but her area to be able to draw to is so small.
No. No, it looks heavy.
So you saw that. She's thrown second, third, 4 stones at the Scotties. Next up, the broadcast booth. Likely she'll be wandering up here and joining us probably in the third end.
Very versatile.
I guess that was probably my fault. It looked heavy.
Okay. A hit though. Yeah. Do you like this? I kind of like this. Or we just hit and roll. But we have to make
The
sure
hit
to
and
get
rolls
the
are hard.
Yeah, we have to make
on
sure
this
to get
side.
the roll because or else they can hit and roll. I don't mind. Do you like this side? Because even if we're up here, it prevents the...
Yeah, I think they can see more of that
Remember
rock.
these sisters, remember
Yeah.
back in 2014, there
like
was
that?
I
that
don't mind
play-in
it.
system
Like, come
for
back here?
a team
Okay,
from the
you don't
north
wanna
to
come
come
too far
through,
back.
and it was the Yukon
They'll freeze on you.
I don't mind this. It will come.
upsetting Northwest Territories, beating
You like
Carrie
putting one
Galusha
up,
that
like,
year.
Higher?
Of course, that pre-qualifying tournament is now
I don't want to take
finished
too long.
with this
Yeah.
brand new format this year at the Scotties.
What side do you like?
We've played a lot of rocks down this side.
Sure, let's do it. And it
You come up
leave it
high, like 3's fine.
Yeah. A little bit more than mine. Right
Okay.
here. Oh, than yours, I mean. Draw behind there. If line's not good, we'll leave it high. Yeah. No, we have to come like back 4. Yeah. But the line's not there, we'll leave it high. Okay, so around.
So she's
Good.
electing
Yeah,
to go
'cause I'll
around. Another
give it
option
to
that
you
she
guys.
has is she could play out to the wings and sit in front of the stone that is in the edge of that 12-foot, 8-foot area. She
Where
talked
is
about
it?
playing the out turn, and if she was
Okay,
light,
bring
it
it
would
far
take
back.
away the run.
If it's behind T, you got to be back 8, back 4. Okay.
Just don't want to set up a
where it
pocket or a
ends.
catcher for Christiane West. And a little too slick as that slides through, hangs on back 12.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's fine. Just make a mental note because you'll probably have to throw that again on your next one.
Yeah. Keyed up a lot from
So Christiane West
Yeah, I got a 12-4.
turned 19 yesterday. Hopefully Dad is watching somewhere in Ottawa and found a television. Now she has competed on arena ice before.
I will give you the line, yeah.
6 Canadian juniors on her resume. But obviously the first time at the Scotties.
Trying to play that run that she looked at initially on her first stone. Just even make one of those red ones go away.
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Christiane West, her final stone here in 1. Has to curl up though.
Geneva!
And just
My crew was
not
on
to
that.
be as she needed another
sweet, guys.
foot or so. So
Give
it
you-
will
yeah,
be
give you
the
one.
draw for 3
Well,
for
it
Team
curls
Yukon.
another quarter of an inch, Brian, and it's going to catch it much stronger.
Yeah, my room. I don't think it would have moved.
Okay, draw in there. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit stickier out here, but yeah, just biting the floor. So better to go early if we can.
So she just threw it. Is that a little more broom here, Kathy?
It is a little bit. It'll run very good out there. That's the path that they throw in all the time for
Line's
the
pretty good, a little tight.
draw to the
Go
button
early.
before the
Gotta be
game
4 foot.
starts. Tough path in the
Little
first end
farther
is
out.
usually right down the
A little
center.
farther out, my die. Gotta be here.
Final stone here in 1.
Yes,
Chelsea Duncan out of the White Horse Curling Club, and
Hard, hard, hard.
the Yukon skip gets by the yellow.
Very
Should
nice.
stop in time, and a
Good
draw for 3.
3 red.
3 on the board for Chelsea Duncan. They lead here on a Friday morning at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Chelsea Duncan in her second Scotties appearance. A lovely draw in the first end, and that is why she leads by 3. Brings us to our key shot, and it was her final stone in that first end. But her first one obviously was a little bit heavy as it just held on back 12, but no mistake with her second. The intern gets by the yellow stone, and 3 on the board for the early lead here over Team Nunavut. And the key shot is brought to you by Cashmere. Nothing feels like Cashmere.
And that for sure is always part of it. Is you have an opportunity and you don't make the first one, that you learn something from it, and she absolutely did just that.
For Chelsea Duncan, her second 3-ender this week. She had 3 on the board in draw 2 versus Northwest Territories.
Pull down. Yep.
So here in the second end, it's Team Nunavut throwing the yellow stones with hammered lead stones on the way, and this one is coming from Jody Smallwood.
Okay, we're gone.
So Team Yukon very proud to be here on the big stage at the Scotties, and Chelsea Duncan talked about that experience.
About an 80 should be good. It means a lot to us to be representing Team Yukon. We have tons of support through our club and our families and everyone up there. And it's great to represent where we all grew up and were born. So it means a lot to us.
5.
So hopefully everyone up north at the Whitehorse Curling Club in Whitehorse watching this young team compete here on the national stage.
Stop. Stop.
Okay.
You ready, Karen?
Well, I do think that that speaks volumes about why this Canadian Championship is so special. It doesn't matter whether you're going to school somewhere else. Home is still where you were born and raised, where you spend your time when you have the opportunity, and that certainly is still the case for these women out here today.
9. 9. Yes.
After that win by Jennifer Jones yesterday over Ontario, I was in the media area, and Jennifer was being asked questions about this format. And she was pretty honest in saying she does not like it, and one of the things that she misses about this format is getting to play all the teams from right across the country. And another thing she pointed to is that at the beginning of the week, maybe there's not that same excitement or that same buzz in the air at a national championship.
You want to ask for? Okay, no, we're good. We're good. You got it.
And I think of the young Quebec skip in Emilia Gagne, who said, man, I'm so excited. My hero is Jennifer Jones. I watched her growing up. I saw her win that Olympic gold medal, and she says, man, if we can find a way to get to the championship round, I'll get a chance to play against her. And that's really special for a lot of these young women out here watching a team or a player like Jennifer.
I think most of the teams here would argue strongly that one of the best parts of a national championship is the opportunity to play all of the teams from the rest of the country.
Firm hack. Firm.
The other side of that challenge, though, of course, is there's only so many draws, so much ice available.
Move it up.
Okay. Just clean. You got it.
Yellow goes, and the shooter sticks around, and we'll keep you up to date this morning as well. As mentioned, Team Quebec taking on Saskatchewan and Sherry Anderson. Sherry playing with Courtney Fesser, twin sister Krista Fesser, and Carly Korchinski, who've had great junior success out of Saskatchewan. And for Sherry, her final stone looks to be a hit for 2.
Very nice.
And it is very nice. So 2 on the board. They lead Quebec.
Really hard. Hard for a piece, girl. Good. Come on, Dan. Got it. Yep, hard all the way. Yep.
Back in our feature, this stone on the way, Robin Mackey.
You're good.
And a nice shot by Robin. For sure, one of the options they could have chosen as well is to ignore that stone with last rock here in 2 and go around the center guard, trying to make it things a little bit tougher for your opposition. But it's not something that we've not seen a lot of skips prefer to do, which is go after the stones out in the opening, and then if there's a hit and roll out, then that would be the timing of going around the center. It is a skip's comfort. All right, so there's your rollout. Now you go around.
It's hers, right? It's Geneva's shot, right? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just here. Top 4.
Huh?
Top 4.
Yeah, okay.
80 should be good.
All right.
You got it.
That's such an interesting dynamic. Here you have a 19-year-old who's technically not skipping, but she's throwing the fourth rocks. You just met all these women earlier in the week. We talk forever about knowing different releases and getting to know the personalities of your teammates and when maybe they need their own take 5 and leave them alone, or maybe they need a pep talk. And for these women, it's an experience they will certainly never forget, but they face a lot of challenges coming in.
Oh, sure. And even, you know, the time clock. So, you know, Geneva's calling it, but she's throwing third, so she's racing down there with her throwing device as well as her sweeping broom. So there's a lot of extra things that are going on that a lot of the other teams aren't having to deal with. And then you get that little bit of hurry up because she feels like she's racing, and then often the result is just a harder throw than you perhaps wanted.
And all that to worry about, and arguably maybe their first TV game as well, when you have these cameras now right in front of you at the hog line, and you're pretty excited. They were very excited. It's very refreshing. They were really pumped to be featured here this morning on TSN for the first couple ends.
Line's good. Yeah, get it hard. In. Hard line, too. Get it in. Hard. Get it in. Line's looking really good. Where are we? Okay, well. Well, we're... Good sweep. Good sweep. Hack? Just hack? Yeah.
Almost all of it, probably about 3/4 open.
A little less.
Give more ice because it's better to leave that hole.
Yeah, right here.
Is that enough?
If I bite, that's fine. Make the guard a 3.
You know, if you're a young player here, and I can only imagine, and we'll just use as an example Christiane West, who's 19, 6 Canadian juniors, the opportunity to pull aside Jennifer Jones, Sherry Anderson, Marianne Arsenault, and ask, you know, a couple questions or 1,000 questions about curling strategy, maybe getting some help. That's pretty special.
Oh, it is. It's an opportunity of watching these people play over and over. And I'm going to hazard a guess that a lot of these young women would be probably reluctant to pull Jennifer over. But even being in that area, Jennifer's very accommodating and would be very happy to talk to any of them, I'm sure. But it's just having the opportunity to say that you're playing in the same event and you have the chance to talk to these skips, these players like Marianne that they've watched for many, many years. It's all part of a really wonderful experience.
To this roll.
Just here?
Well, you'd have to hit it about there.
Yeah.
In order to get off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more.
Try to get right to the nose, make the double.
That should be good.
Like up there, not up waist.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mind being a bit deep, but not just like a foot less would have been better. Pardon?
I think they can roll behind and get them both out, so nobody's just hit and stick.
Normal. I hate this turn.
Well, if you're scouting Team Nunavut, I guess. but you know, I guess that's something you take back, and it doesn't matter what kind of ice, arena ice, it doesn't matter. You hate this turn, we'll go throw 100 rocks with the out turn.
Everybody has their favorite turn or a preferred turn.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're just not used to the honesty.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Christiane West, 1-2, gets them both moving.
Nice shot, Chris.
It's a pretty good throw for somebody who didn't like that turn. There's nothing wrong with the
Hair rolled
release.
that way, it's fine. Right here.
If it
9-5.
curls a little bit more, she's going to
Yeah,
move
9-5.
them a lot better. She took a little bit more ice as she went down there, but it was not a bad
Hitting
release.
stick or bit of rollover is fine. 9-5. Should go hard here, so stay close.
Clean.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Right up.
Right
Hard.
up.
Hard for a stick. No roll.
Chelsea Duncan, and the shooter rolls behind that corner guard
Good sweep.
as they lie to. And you want to talk about special moments at the Scotties. So Manitoba earlier in the week taking on Team Yukon. It wasn't even close. They shook early, but what happens? Hey, can I have a photo with the Olympic gold medalist?
I remember that night doing the updates and looking over and thought, you know what, that's what is so special about this sport. You just don't,
all right.
there's no way after the Super Bowl they're all going to pose for a group hug. I can tell you that right now.
So it is Team Yukon after that nice hit and roll from Chelsea Duncan.
Well,
And-
she's dealing with a lot of volume. Slider, the mascot for Curling Canada, is trying to get two rival school groups, there he is, to make a lot of noise, was going back and forth. That was her Holy Crow from the hack. It's pretty hard to hear yourself think out here this morning when they're doing that.
So final stone for the young lady, drawing against two. Christiane West.
Have a look, girls. Yep.
Yeah, guys, go hard.
Yep.
All the way, all
Yep.
the way. Get it there
Yep.
hard.
Come on.
Go
Hard, guys.
hard, all the way.
Urging
You
them
got
on, a
it
big
hard.
scrub, want to be shot stone, and they
Okay,
will
whoa, 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 whoa.
get it there.
Nice shot.
Hope you're watching, Dad, in Ottawa.
Well, and what a veteran move with all that noise. She reset and made the shot. Well done.
One yellow
Janie.
and a smile. Good for you.
Yellow.
A nice draw. Yukon leads 3-1 after 2. Our coverage continues right across the sheets when we continue.
Thanks, Janie.
Welcome back to our Friday morning coverage at the Scotties here on TSN. Penticton, BC. And an update, Quebec taking on Team Saskatchewan. Sherry Anderson, final stone from 18-year-old Emilia Gagne. And what an opportunity here in the second end.
Well, already lying a bundle. She is playing a tap back for 5.
Emilia playing with Melina Perron, Marie-Pierre Harvey, and Chloe Arnaud.
There's her 3 guarantee points.
And now move that yellow stone just a little bit, tap it. I think that's good enough.
Oh,
1,
yes, it
2,
is.
3, 4, 5. Wow, what an end for Team Quebec. They lead 5-2 after 2. As promised this morning, we're going coast to coast, across the country, across the sheets, and now we'll focus over on Sheet D. Team Northwest Territories throwing the yellow stones, PEI the red stones. It is time to meet the teams. And we will begin with Team Prince Edward Island. Your skip, Robin McPhee. At lead, Michelle McQuaid. Second, Megan Hughes. Third, Sarah Fullerton. And they curl out of the Charlottetown Curling Complex. For Team Northwest Territories, the skip, Carrie Galusha. At lead, Shona Barber. Second, Megan Kohler. Third is Sarah Colton. And they curl out of the Yellowknife Curling Center. So we pick up action here in the third end. PEI a single in the first. It was the Northwest Territories 2 on the board in the second. So here in 3 it is Team PEI throwing the red stones with hammer. And I understand before the game, Carrie Galusha and Robin McPhee said, hey, let's have some fun here. will do the 5-rock rule instead of the 4-rock rule, Kathy.
And that is something that is going to come into effect, and so what an opportunity to try it.
Okay.
Now there's not a lot of rocks in play up front. But I think that one of the other messages that they were trying to have to both of their teams is let's go out here and play a really good game of curling. Let's not just run it up and down.
It's the same as, it's like 14-6 to T, so 15 and a half-ish.
And we just showed you Team Yukon. Well, this young lady played with those ladies, and now her first year with Carrie Galusha. And you see her second Scotties appearance. She's throwing the third stones. Apparently, as the story goes, at the time, it was Sarah's coach sending Carrie a text message, and very soon after, she joined the team.
Whoa! Sit. Sit.
Sorry, I thought that was more.
So we've seen the finish on this ice, and that guard is just so long. It allows an opportunity for Sarah to get around it.
Do you like hack better?
Yeah.
And boy, Robbins had some good games this week. Did not necessarily get the W's that she was looking for, but some great shot making, as with Sarah. Look at those numbers this week.
We're pretty. We're up. Okay, we're up. We're up. Whoa. We're up. Whoa.
Megan. 10-2.
And Carrie will play that hit out into the wings because she doesn't have last rock after scoring the deuce last end.
Okay, Carrie.
And while this may be the last game at this particular event, she'll be very soon on her way to Korea to go support her brother Kevin, carrying Canada's colors.
Okay, let's go.
There's Coach Fred over his daughter's shoulder, and they'll be pretty excited to go off to South Korea to support Kevin Cooey and Team Canada at the Olympics in Pyeongchang.
Just clean, yes! Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, whoa, walk!
This one's floating out there, and she'll lose the shooter. It's pretty cool already seeing pictures on Twitter, social media, the mixed doubles team arriving, led by Jeff Stout and Caitlin Laws. And
gives me shivers just even thinking about that.
Johnny Moe representing Canada in that discipline. The ice facility looks fantastic.
Well, as always, they did a trial run last year, and it is often the Canadians that are representing the country for the juniors that have a chance to try it. That was again the case last year with the team that won. Had a chance to play in Korea, saw it, and it's a test run for Korea as well. Made some changes to the facility as a result of that International World event. And so that enhances the opportunity for the conditions to be at their best.
Okay, that's good. Only one stop beat.
Line's good.
Okay, whoa. Looks like lots. At the end. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Little bit.
Yep.
Robin McPhee back at the Scotties one more time, and she talked about the dynamics of what makes her team work.
This is our second year together. We're more comfortable now in our positions, and this is my second year skipping again. It had been a while last year, so I'm more comfortable, and we have Megan in the house who has several years skipping experience, and Sarah was a former skip, so I have lots of help if I have any doubt, and Michelle's a great lead. She keeps us all light out there.
That lead, Michelle McQuaid, and her brother is Andrew McQuaid, plays in the National Hockey League with the Boston Bruins, a defenseman. There's number 54. Remember a few years back, too, we saw Braden Holtby's sister competing in a Scotties out of Saskatchewan.
Well, if you're born and raised in Canada, you're probably on the ice playing either hockey or curling, sometimes both.
Good carry, good shot.
It's pretty cool at times. We've seen whether it's Darren Dreger or Hockey Insiders on the road, and they'll send a photo or a tweet of an NHL rink or dressing room, and they'll have the Brier or the Scotties up, because a lot of Western Canadians and Canadians in general across Canada that love curling and will be watching from their NHL cities.
So for Robin, looking for the blank to retain the last rock in 4 and maybe a chance to score multiple points.
Whoa,
Go guys, hard.
we're just on the nose.
Okay.
And she'll bang it for the single. So 1 on the board. And we're all tied up between Team Northwest Territories and Team Prince Edward Island. It's always great to have Dad in your corner. Fred Cooey, the coach, Carrie Galusha, the skip this year of Team Northwest Territories, and she talked about representing the North.
Being from the North is pretty special. It's awesome. Everyone up there is so supportive, especially up in the Nunavut, Beaufort Delta region. That's where my father is originally from, and we lived there for a few years. So we just have so many fans up there. So it was kind of neat for us to go up to Nunavut to play off and play downs. And it's just, we got so much Northern support. There's just Northern pride. And typically Northern teams don't often do that great on the national stage. So curling, we're still working on it. And, you know, we have our good years and our bad years. And but we're definitely working on putting the North on the page for curling.
And that's one thing that doesn't change no matter who you talk to. Lots of pride right across our country when you put on that crest or flag on your back.
Well, and I think that for Carrie, it's not only the pride. I think we talked so much about the warmth of the folks in Newfoundland when we were there last year, how they opened their hearts. But I have to tell you my own personal experience playing in a national championship in Yellowknife. Carrie Galusha was wonderful. Wendy Miller stepped up and said, here, take our car. We were very warmly embraced by the North as well.
And there's a look at Michelle McQuaid, and I have to apologize. Obviously, her brother is Adam, not Andrew. I don't know what I was thinking, but Adam McQuaid is the player for the Boston Bruins, so
Yeah, I like it.
my apologies.
Better, yeah. Yep.
There's a great example of how much it's finishing on this sheet this morning. This has been the side that has been a little bit faster during the week, even though it's a bit odd, given it's closer to the crowd.
Guys, whoa. What do you have? Okay, that's too deep.
And I know that the teams in the championship pool are very happy that there are 4 games out here this morning, Brian. It means for them that their odds are that the conditions will be so much more predictable this afternoon, because it is a full day, which is what they're used to.
Normal? That's fine.
Easier for the ice technicians to control as well.
Megan Hughes runs it back, gets both yellows going.
Good.
And that one in the forfeit will just peek out.
Kept that shooter around, though, to bite the corner.
T-line. Hard, yes.
I saw what you were throwing. Good.
Carrie electing not to hit it already, line 1. Her high game was 95. She's at 92% right now, so having a very strong week.
Really gonna go. Okay, with the way she threw that.
It's gonna come
She really helped it along. Sit down.
Okay. Good, Meg.
Like hug.
Yeah.
Probably can see half.
So Megan's husband, Ryan, sent out a nice tweet earlier this week. 23 weeks pregnant and her form is still better than mine. Hashtag proud husband. So congratulations to Megan and Ryan.
Best. It's a pretty exciting time in your life.
Go, 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 go. Oh, good sleeping. Okay.
Did you have one of your little guys in the nest when you were competing?
Well, not a bird, so no nest. But yes, I did. Gaetan was about 3 months under construction when I played in the
That's
Scotties
pretty funny. Okay.
in Thunder Bay in 1996. So she's actually had her first Scotties experience, and I wish for her to have a genuine one where she actually has to put her feet on the ice.
I thought you were going to say first child, and for a second there I was going to say, wow, God, breaking news here.
No, Gaetan, just stay at home and work on that intern. Oh, dear.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, we got to go back if we're not here.
Here we go.
You know, I think back to Carrie Galusha in that clip and how much pride she has of being from the north and her dad and whatnot. I still remember 2009. Remember, she was the first team ever, and that time you were Yukon Northwest Territories, to beat Team Canada. She beat Jennifer Jones that year, and that was a real thrill for her, and she talked about that real proudly. Okay. Also a former Ford Hot Shots winner at this event as well. So.
Normal.
Looking for the double.
Yep.
An update for you on this sheet we started on. Team Yukon, Team Nunavut. In a 3-1 advantage for Team Yukon. And final one to come here from Chelsea Duncan out of the White Horse Curling Club.
Well, Nunavut putting a lot of pressure in this end. You saw those 3 yellow stones.
And as this is curling, moves that one yellow, rolls in.
She came off the outside.
Wow, well, she'll take it. So the single on the board. So 4-1 Yukon over Nunavut after 3.
Right up! Whoa! Whoa! We're on the front. Yep!
Roll it in, Shona. Roll it in.
Roll it!
Whoa.
Okay.
Just normal. Little less weight. That was peel.
Normal?
Oh.
Just normal.
Control. Yeah.
Control.
Yeah. Hard.
Sarah Frolchin, they've been sweeping this right out of her hand.
That's fine.
And just by the red stone, shooter sticks around.
Great brushing.
So New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Labrador, they were both so close. I still remember Sylvie Roby's show. She needed Tracy Fleury in Northern Ontario to miss on her final stone, or she would have made the championship round. And we know the story, Newfoundland, Labrador. They had that one-game playoff against Ontario to make it to the championship round. It was not to be. Anyways, update time, 1-1 in the third end. Final stone here from Stacey Curtis.
And she's facing at least 3, all in the 4-foot.
No. There's no roll.
A little tap, and that'll be a steal of 2 for Sylvie Roby Show, Curl Moncton. And a 3-1 lead.
Okay. I needed more ice.
Yeah.
The first one.
3 yellow. Peel on the nose.
And the last time we checked in on Quebec, Saskatchewan, it was a nice tap for 5 for Emilia Gagne. Final still now for Sherry Anderson here in 3.
Then it looks like a nose hit. We'll give her a 2. And close that gap just a little bit.
The out-turn hit. This one is curling up, trying to hold the line, hold the shooter, and they will do both. So 2 on the board, and 5-4. Quebec leads over Team Saskatchewan through 3.
I think go thinner to stick it here.
Well, almost that double made by Robin McPhee, but it is still third shot, that single one, and that's why Carey's now looking to play the double.
Go for this. It's really skinny. But
it is pretty sharp.
It's definitely there. Less, I think. Quarter will make it, but go over top, I think. Okay, let's make it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes! Whoa!
Yep.
Oh, yeah!
Yes!
Yes! Hard! Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yes!
whoa!
Yes!
Carrie Galusha 1. Oh, she'll spin across the top.
I should have kept you on it.
We still had it.
John Epping's a guy who's really helped this team over the years with not only strategy and on the ice, but even off the ice and helping them get better. And John currently in the Ontario men's playdowns. I believe in Huntsville, if I'm not mistaken. Huntsville, Ontario.
She was holding that.
Remind a little more.
Chance to lie 3 with a nose hit.
Yep. Clean.
Yep.
Right on it. Good.
And they do.
So the brush down, it will be a draw for 1 here for Team Northwest Territories. Carrie Galusha.
I was just looking while you were talking, Brian, that see where John Epping is at. He's playing a qualify this afternoon against Mark Keane. That is in the B event at the Ontario Tankard.
Is it in Huntsville, Ontario?
It doesn't say.
I think it is. Anyways, beautiful part of Ontario.
Cut out in there again. Is that the middle?
North of Toronto.
I can tell you the Manitoba ones are in Winkler, but
thanks.
Okay,
that's all I can tell you. So a draw to bite the 8-foot for Carey.
Well then, keep it broom down. Just clean. Well then. Should be okay.
Not a brush to it. As Megan Hughes brushed down, and it will stop in time. Back 8, so a single. Team Northwest Territories leading after 4.
Thought that was sailing through. If we had the same ice.
Hewitt, officer, here it goes. Got to get by that one top 12. Get by, chip it out, and sit down. Oh, you can count them up. They got her here. Moore, Jesse Scheidegger, they got her here. Get by the guard, bang! Oh, and they'll get 3!
Just 2 draws remain in that championship round. It continues this afternoon. Jennifer Jones, 7-2, looking for her 6th Scotties title, taking on Casey Scheidegger, the rookie out of Alberta. TSN 1, 3, 4, and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Vic, Cheryl, Russ, Kathy, myself. All the action right here on TSN. Your updates continue at the South Okanagan Events Center here in beautiful Penticton, BC. Team New Brunswick, Sylvie Robichaud taking on Newfoundland Labrador Stacy Curtis, and you see the two stones in play, and that's what's facing this young lady with her final one, the out-turn draw, or tap, I guess.
Gotta go! Where? Yeah!
Trickett, Devereaux, they picked her up right away. Haven't quit on this stone, have to get it by that yellow. They won't, and they won't get in for second shot as well. So that is a steal of 2. And Sylvie Robichaud a 5-1 lead after 4. So for now, we'll go over to Sheet C, and it is Team Saskatchewan and Team Quebec, and 1 stone to come here in this 4th end. Quebec, the red stones, Saskatchewan, the yellow stones. It looks like it is hard to say with that back one.
I think it's 3.
So Saskatchewan lying 3, and 1 to come from the 18-year-old skip, Emilia Gagne.
Now it is over buried, but it looks like for Emilie, she's trying to come around and tap that shot stone back. If she can get to the face of it. Wait, she's going to come back down.
Saskatchewan opened up this game with 2 in the first with Hammer. Quebec responded with 5 in the second. Sherry with 2 more in 3, hence the 5-4 Quebec advantage with 1 to come here in 4.
I think for Emilie from the hack, looks like the in-turn tap is easier than the out-turn. Challenge with this is you have to go through the hole. If you go with the out-turn, you can always come down to that second shot stone. This is really tricky. But we've seen some great things from her this week.
Let's go.
And she will wreck on that top guard. Pretty high offensive game here so far. So that's a steal of 3.
Yeah. 3? Okay. 3 yellow.
For Team Saskatchewan. So we've had a couple of 2s, we've had a 5, and now a steal of 3.
Okay. Okay, guys.
7-5 Saskatchewan leads after 4 in this placement draw. So we'll stay here now for the duration as we continue to go coast to coast. In all this coverage, it is time to meet the teams.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Emilia Gagné, skip de l'équipe du Québec. Notre première, Chloé Arnaud. Deuxième, Marie-Pierre Harvey. Troisième, Mélina Perron. Et nous jouons au club de curling Riverbend à Alma.
Hi, I'm Sherry Anderson, skip of Team Saskatchewan. Our lead is Carly Korchinski. Our second is Krista Fesser. Our third is Courtney Fesser, and we curl out of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon.
So Team Saskatchewan 5 points in the last 2 ends. Sherry scoring 2 in the third. You just saw that steal of 3. So it is Saskatchewan leading 7-5. Quebec, the Red Stones with Hammer here in the 5th end. And we have lead stones on the way. You see that one in the paint, courtesy Carly Korchinski, and this one from Chloe Arnaud.
Well, you knew when Quebec took 5 in the second end that Sherry Anderson wouldn't blink too much about that. You never want to do that, but she's been around the game a very long time and knew that she would have 8 ends left to play. But it has been a bit of a wild scoring game, no question about it.
How much?
This, so 9.
And that, of course, does not help Quebec in trying to find a way to steal back. And I don't mean by steal because they have Hammer, but in trying to hide something and steal a couple of points in this end.
Yeah, let's go right out. Yeah, we're going to roll out. Right out. Good shot, Cole. Something got stuck under her sweater.
On me dit, t'as me fait du bug.
We told this story before, but it's pretty special. This junior eligible team still led by Emilia Gagne. Back in Quebec during the women's playdowns, I understand, Kathy, they wanted to just fill out the field and have a few junior teams come through. And did they ever come through? I mean, it was
somebody said, whose idea was that?
Well, pretty amazing story, considering we saw Laurie St. George, who made it to the Canadian Junior final on the women's side, and Emilia Gagne, she beat the defending champ out of Quebec, Eve Belil, and also beating Marie-France Larouche, who we had on the telephone at the Canadian Juniors talking about this young team. So two great young junior teams out of Quebec right now on the women's side.
And I think that both of their finishes this year, with Laurie losing that Canadian final and with this young team having all of these days here at the Scotties, are only going to make them both better and more determined to get that little bit better. So for Laurie St. George's case, to hopefully win the Canadian Juniors, and in the case of this team, to not only go to Prince Albert next year and to play in the Canadian Juniors, but to find a way back to the Scotties.
Médaille Peter Harvey.
La ligne est verte. 5, 3, 4, on a de la place. 5, 10 lines.
So as you can imagine, a very special week for Quebec. They didn't make that championship round, but for the skip from Elma, Quebec, this truly has been magical.
Oh, I think it's a dream come true. I could have never imagined being here at 18 years old. I was dreaming since I started playing curling that I said, like, one day I'll be at the Scotties, but if someone had said to me, like, at 18 years old you'll be at the Scotties, I would say, nah. I won't believe them, but I'm there.
Well, you better believe it, and I think she's going to be here for many years to come if the sample size of what we've seen here with her skill level is pretty remarkable.
And it is a true story. They had 5 women's teams registered for the Scotties in a 4-sheet building, and they really wanted to fill out a total of 8. So they encouraged 3 junior teams to play, and one of them came through.
It was cool during those sit-downs. Jennifer Jones went just before Emilia Gagne, and just the thrill on her face to be in the same ice championship building as her hero, Jennifer Jones. That was pretty special just to see her eyes light up. She said, man, Quebec is so big. I can't imagine ever being Team Canada, but listen, that's where the dreams start, right?
You bet.
Meantime, Sherry Anderson, we've seen her many times before. She has 12 jackets out of Saskatchewan, obviously some with the seniors or mixed and women's play. And she says age doesn't matter once you get on the ice.
Well, I always say on the ice, really, age doesn't matter. I mean, I've got a little more experience than them, but they've all been to national juniors. A couple of them have been to national mixed. They have experience, and once you're on the ice, it doesn't really matter that we're 30 years difference in age. I think that's irrelevant.
And she has some great young players on her team that came together to win a provincial junior title out of Saskatchewan in 2016. The Fesser sisters, the twins, Courtney and Krista, and Carly at lead.
Good weight. Yeah, I think
it's good.
That's good. Maybe play.
And I think by what Sherry really means by that is that when you're in a conversation on the ice, it has nothing to do with what your age is. It's about the weight that you're throwing, the in turn that you're throwing. It becomes strategy and discussions and commitment and desire, and there is no age that is age appropriate for or against.
In the hood, okay. Cool. Make this.
A good removal. The only challenge, of course, with Quebec rolling over there is that in grouping the stones, it allows an opportunity for Saskatchewan to make the double.
And she'll jam it. So the opportunity here for Quebec in 5 to answer back with a possible 2.
She's trying to quarter tuck around that tight guard. Another option, of course, is to go to the opposite side of the house and keep the stones as far away from each other as you can, especially on third stones.
Sherry talked about age not mattering once you get on the ice, and the quote that I read that I liked from Emilia is that we just got to remember we're throwing rocks. Don't worry about the name on the other jersey or the crest or the experience. We're just throwing the rocks, and if you just keep it as simple as that, throw the stones.
One of the best lines I think I've heard is from Bill Shearhart, who is now here as the coach from Team BC. He was a team leader at one of the World Championships I was at, and he said, you know, the Rocks don't know that this is a world final. They don't know who's throwing them, and they don't know who is throwing against you. It just, you have to just simplify all of those things. And that certainly applies to age as well.
You got her.
3/4. Little less.
Our high game this week is at 80, and right now being scored at 78% in this game.
She won her first provincial women's curling title back in 1994. Sherry Anderson. Bang it, double. Oh, she still got it, doesn't she? A great shooter.
Now she can draw, but this is her favorite shot. That is the hit.
I got 8-8.
Okay.
It's okay. You made the shot.
Well, no, I just thought it was more than 9.
No, it's okay.
And I heard Carl holler 9, and I'm going,
You threw it a little harder than that, but that's okay. Good throw, Sherry.
Normal. Yep. Yes. Yeah, Brigitte. Go, 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 yeah. Okay.
And the nose hit for Emilia Gagne.
Right.
oh, yeah, it's
10?
yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Vas-y pour la blank. Ouais.
Waiting for the blink.
Ben, t'étais sur le balai.
Stick around or something, Dave.
How much weight are you throwing?
Just a 10.
Okay, I like it.
And our next stop in this season of champions will be in Saskatchewan.
It will be Regina.
Looking forward to the Tim Hortons Briar.
11. Clean.
Really?
11.
Just clean.
Yes.
No.
Whoa. 11.
I'm not expecting the weather to be as nice to us as it has been this week.
Whoa. Krista, any
Sherry
roll?
Anderson,
Krista?
final stone, a little roll. And the blank attempt will be on here for Team Quebec.
Good call. 10-9.
Donne-lui aller là-bas.
vais aller de ce bord-là parce que je pense que je dame dans la jaune.
Let's go.
You see the lead over her shoulder, who is the alternate lead at the Canadian Juniors for Glory St. George. Isabelle Thibodeau is here, and coach, Father Joel Gagne, proudly watching his daughter here. Final stone in 5, looking for the blank. A clean, and away it goes. So in a 7-5 game, Saskatchewan leads. When we come back, Quebec with Hammer in 6.
The 2018 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere.
A new competition format at the Scotties means a new format for the annual Ford Hot Shots. 15 teams started the event with a chance to win $15,000, and one lucky fan would receive a 2-year lease on a brand new 2018 Ford Escape SE. The field down to 4, and in that final round, Team Manitoba would score early and often, including a 5 on the around the horn triple takeout, finishing the competition with 57 points. With the win, Team Manitoba takes home that $15,000, and the lucky fan, Penticton's Arlene Kolunczyk, wins herself a 2-year lease on a brand new 2018 Ford Escape SE. Congratulations.
Well, in a morning where we're trying to show you a little bit of everything, this is where we are right now at the Quebec-Saskatchewan game, and Brian is with both Emilia Gagne and Sherry Anderson.
Sherry, I know it wasn't the week that you wanted, and now you're in this game, but what do you take away from this experience being with these young ladies on your team?
Well, just experience. That's the main thing, right? You come here and you get the experience. I'm sure Amelia, I mean, it's just like you want to get back here. You want to be able to perform on this stage. So I'm sure the girls will be wanting to do that, and I always want to do that.
Young lady to our left here wasn't born when you played in your first Scotties. When you look around at the depth in these young women, do you feel that the game is in good hands here in Canada?
Actually, I do. I'm really impressed. I think there's a lot of young players coming up that are very well coached and have a lot of great technical, and so that's a good starting point for sure. And actually, none of my team were born yet either when I won my first Scotties. So,
Emilia, this is your first Scotties experience, and I know you're not in the championship round, and that's what you wanted as well. But what do you take away? What memories do you take away from this first time here?
I think we had a wonderful week. We had a lot of fun. We took a lot of experience. We learned many things from other players, from other provinces, and we have to go back home very proud of us.
We talked to you earlier, and you said you were pretty excited to see Jennifer Jones and see her on this ice. Do you have an opportunity to talk to her at all?
Yeah, a little, but we're a little bit shy and just like, hi. But it's great to see great players like them.
Well, you did your province proud. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're going to take a look at some numbers after 5, and these are being brought to you by Travelers. It is better under the umbrella. Well, the numbers today are the scores. It is Yukon leading Nunavut 5-3. New Brunswick, Newfoundland in a 5-2 matchup. We'll get to that game in a couple of ends. We're going to come back in the 6th end with Quebec and Saskatchewan. It's our current feature, and PEI currently with a 1-point lead over Carrigalucia and her team from the north. Well, team's still talking today, and I agree so much with Amelia. You go home very proud.
The 2018 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for over 20 years. By Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.
Welcome back to our coverage here on TSN this Friday morning as the Scotties Tournament of Hearts continues. And great comments from both Sherry Anderson and Emilia Gagne. That was a lot of fun to go down and talk with them. A blank on the board in 5. So here in 6 in a 2-point game Once again, it will be Team Quebec with hammer trying to come back in this contest. Lead stones on the way, and this one from the Quebec lead, Chloe Arnaud.
I love what Amelia said to you, just how much they have loved the week and what they have learned. And I do really also like the fact that she said they're going to go home feeling very proud about what they have done, and they absolutely should.
Nice job. Go. Yeah, this is a good idea.
Okay, Chris. Strong kick.
Strong kick.
With that roll by Quebec completely under, Sherry's not wasting any time. We'll try to peel the corner guard.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard, guys. Quick. Right out.
Krista Fesser, the long roll. As she gets that corner guard to go.
Nice shot. Good. Comme ça. 5. Wow. On a de la place. Back. C'est où? Back 12. Back 12.
That's okay.
So a mistake there from Team Quebec with hammer, and a chance for Sherry to eliminate some red.
Chris. Right up. Good.
No sit as Saskatchewan lies too here in 6.
Not bad enough. Psych.
One of the things I really enjoy about watching Amelia call a game is that in watching a lot of juniors play in the last couple of years, because my kids are at that age, a lot of younger skips tend to be very tentative. There's a lot of discussion up and down the ice, a lot of dithering, if you will. She is a very controlled skip. She's quite confident about what it is that she'd like to call and where she'd like her players to go. And even when the shots do not wind up to be where they are, you don't see her lose her composure a whole lot. She's very stoic in the house. Those are really great qualities for a skip.
Like a foot. It's not that like super quick.
It's not lightning, but it's still keen.
But it's still keen, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how I turn out.
Going for my stopwatch for the first time today. Just hearing those comments. Yesterday morning, the common comment was how fast, how slick it was.
Wait on me. 5.
I thought it was a hair down, guys.
No. 5. No, you're more than a 5.
Line's really good. We're a 5.
Whoa.
How's line? We're a 5.
Whoa.
Really trying. 6.
Well, that's a 14.52,
really
so that is very similar to what we have been seeing, Brian.
Yeah.
Elle va rester là. C'était là un petit contrôle.
Ouais.
Let's go.
Control weight, try to get as much to the nose of that stone as you can.
Amelia Perron throws the third stones for Team Quebec.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
OK, wow, c'était fort. Wow. Christmas tree? Yeah. 2 feet less.
2 feet.
Okay. You got her. Is this the same ice? Yeah. Okay, 2 feet less then. We can drag them. About the same.
Same weight. Little more light. We're to it. You're to it. It's way
No, we're not to it.
Whoa, whoa,
No.
off.
If anybody sweeps,
We're
it's
right to
Carl.
it.
We're to it. If anybody sweeps, it's Carl.
We're right to it, Cherry.
You're right to it.
Great weight.
That's fine, Court.
Okay.
Dang it. Même chose. Vas-y le même poids. C'était normal.
Yeah. Frick.
Same
That's
shot.
fine. Brutal.
Let's go.
Saskatchewan giving some openings to Quebec by coming down again and setting up a double opportunity.
Même poids. Clean.
Can you get an inside roll here, Kathy, or just a nose hit?
Yeah, you can.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Nose, hey?
Nose, yeah. 10? Yep. Okay. There's definitely a track there. Hey?
It will be interesting for this Quebec team if they try to find a way to find arena ice next year. All of their junior events will be curling club. Their provincial championships for women will be curling club ice. It would not be unless they get to the Canadian juniors or back to a Scotties that arena ice would be there. And it's a shame after you've started to figure it out if you don't have an opportunity for another year. And that is why games this morning matter to teams like that. It's another chance to play on arena ice, and maybe you go home and one of your goals for next year is to find a way to play in something there is arena ice, or to find an event where there's arena ice and see if you can pay to be one of those teams that practices when it's still very green, but be creative in how you go about your training.
So, Kathy, answer me this, because I hear all the time, whether it's yourself or Russ or Cheryl, and they say, you know, find a way to get this arena ice. Can you not go back to wherever you're from, whether it's on the East Coast or you're in Quebec, and they go back to Elma, to the Riverbend Curling Club, and say, listen, how hard is it to make one of these sheets of ice at our club arena type ice? I mean, I know it's not. Is it, and why?
Hard.
Why is it so tough?
Because not all curling clubs, well, first of all, not all curling clubs have ice makers that have the arena ice experience. It's why when Dave and Mike Merklinger are here, they work with local ice makers in the area to share their knowledge and give them that training. So in their home curling club, they may not have an ice maker who has arena-like experience. So he or she can't create what they don't know. The plant in the facility that they play in may not have the capabilities of producing the conditions. The rocks may be completely different, and even if you create arena-like conditions, if the rocks have really wide striking bands or are never textured, so you can't create that. But what you can do is often there are spiels in arenas that the day or two when they put the ice in, you can talk to the organizers and say, you usually have leagues that throw. Can we come and throw? Can we be one of those teams? Find creative ways to get onto arena ice. It makes you better.
Top button.
And at a minimum, it makes you more prepared when you climb to the next step.
This path is really nice, Sherry.
It's just too bad, you know, in theory, if you had a sheet of ice, whether it was, you know, somewhere centralized in Atlantic Canada or one in Quebec that, you know, you could go to and have it. I know it's hard, but it'd be sure nice to have in even one curling club that one sheet was sort of designated. But now, you know, you understand that it's not as easy as just going and doing that.
Well, I'm on a committee, as is Jennifer Jones and Jill Officer, amongst others, in Manitoba, to look at developing an international curling center of excellence in the city of Winnipeg. And one of the ideas is that it becomes a high-performance center that is open year-round, that ice makers come there for training, that arena-like conditions would be available for anyone in the country that wants to use it. But obviously, for Manitobans, it gives you an extra edge. because there is a need to create arena-like conditions all year round.
Look at that draw from Sherry Anderson, top 4, blocking off that out-turn path, and Saskatchewan lying 4, and this young lady, Emilia Gagne, is going to need a heck of a draw here to score 1.
Really good. Good brush, guys. Faut toucher au bouton. 8-5, 9. Let's go.
In a pretty small area, she needs to draw 2 full 4 foot.
T-line. Le poids. La ligne est belle, juste le poids. Set. T-line. Check.
A big draw for the young skip from Quebec. Final stone in 6. Drawing against 4. Needs the hearts.
13:56 at the hog line.
Not a brush to it until that brush right there. And wow, I think it just held on. Oh,
great shot.
Nerves of steel from that young lady.
Nothing to this game.
Yeah, big draw for her single. Yep, Quebec within 1. Welcome back to our Scotties coverage. We're going to move over and give you an update over on Sheet B now. It is Newfoundland Labrador taking on Team New Brunswick in the 6th end in a 5-2 advantage for New Brunswick. And it is Sylvie Robichaud with hammer as well in this end. So 2 rocks to come, 2 skip stones remaining. The final one in this end for Stacey Curtis. Tries that run back double.
Not quite made. It looks like it might be yellow, Brian. That is shot.
So 1 to come from Sylvie Robichaud and Curl Moncton. And from this ice, I think she's just playing a little tap for the single.
I think she is. Pretty hard to split that stone because you'd have to hit it on the inside, and that yellow stone belonging to Newfoundland Labrador is in your way. So a tap.
Kendra Lister and Nicole Bishop the front end. Melissa Adams, a skip by her own right out of New Brunswick for many years, calling line. There's the tap. And I'll tell you what, Sylvie Robichaud has made a ton of great shots in this competition. I know not in the championship pool, but the tap for a single. So New Brunswick, a pretty good lead there. They're up 6-2 after 6.
Well, and she almost was, Brian, if you remember them sitting on the ice watching when Tracy Fleury made that great come-around tap for the shot that really eliminated New Brunswick from the chance to advance.
Back to our game between Quebec and Saskatchewan. It is the placement draw this morning and a 7-6 advantage for Team Saskatchewan. And just a reminder, later on this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 draws remain in that championship pool. Top 4 teams will qualify for the playoffs, and we should know those teams obviously by tomorrow. We'll see if there's a tiebreaker situation. So 2 draws remain in that championship pool. Then it's the Page playoff system.
Control.
So here, with play underway in 7, you can see the house, 2 yellow stones belonging to Team Saskatchewan. Quebec has the tight center guard, also 1 back 8-foot. And we have second stones on the way. Marie-Peter Harvey trying to make a play on those yellow rocks in the house around the hearts, and rolls in for shot stone.
We talk about how cool she is. She said to your interview, I just loved everything she said to you, especially about taking that pride home. And shots like this should make you so proud of not only your team, but how you've risen to the occasion against a really good Saskatchewan team. This is the draw to the hearts.
Not a brush to it, though, until Fester put her brush down to try and drag it enough, but it hung on, back hearts, so a single.
That's a huge pressure shot in an arena with a lot of people and a lot of eyes on you.
That's another thing, too. We forget to think about as well for these teams not used to the TV coverage and that spotlight in these buildings. You're a junior team, and you know at the junior level, maybe back in your province, maybe a couple hundred people if it's family and friends, and
max,
if that, you know. And you know the South Okanagan Event Center holds about 5,000. Obviously, it's not a full crowd here for this morning draw, but a lot more people than they'd be used to playing in front of. It's got to be a thrill.
La ligne est parfaite. Mets-les un peu. Oh. Oh. Stronger kick.
Okay, I like it.
And the Jumbotron. You look up, and there you are.
Krista opens it up a little bit, misses running it back on that stone in the hearts.
Même chose, toi. Let's go. Push le poids. 2, 3. 2, 3. On a de la place. 2, 3. La ligne, elle s'en vient.
Quebec will continue to try to guard that stone.
Marie en premier. Go, 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 go. Jusqu'à la fin, les filles. Yes! C'est beau.
I have a thin half.
Okay. Okay.
Half?
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, Court.
You got her.
Trust it.
I am literally right behind her, and she has at least half, closer to 3/4.
Courtney Fester now with her first in 7, trying to navigate through that port. Sherry's urging them on, get through the port, and they will wreck on that red stone.
The bigger problem for Sherry wasn't the clunking on the guard, but the fact that it didn't clunk hard enough to move out of the way. So it's taken away that in-turn draw for Sherry. Makes it easier for Quebec to seal off some of that front.
On a de la place encore. Le même poids. Marie. Yes. Go, Marie. Go, go, go. 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 En flasher encore vert. En flasher encore vert.
You want to do it that way? It's pretty sick.
Sherry's lining up the run back. And I know for me, even too, Kathy, when you're lining them up like that, it's nice for the shooter to come down and actually see exactly what part of the stone where you want to hit it.
I do agree. At least that way when you call line, you call it together.
There and just miss that. If you clip that and open that, that's not bad. And then it gives me this turn as well.
Okay, sure.
You like that better?
Sure. Hit it thick. Yeah.
Okay.
Hit it thick. Maybe try to clip that outside red one.
You heard Sherry's option. We talked about that a couple of minutes ago, that redstone ticked over on the first one means there's no in-turn draw, and that's what Sherry wants to make sure that she's got access. So it's open up the front, but also open up the left-hand side of the sheet.
And that red stone spills in. Where will that stop? Little kiss. And it settles in for third shot stone. But for Saskatchewan, opening up the front is key.
And that's a good shot.
Well, time for player comparisons, and I like this. We're going to look at the skips. No percentages, more like facts, I guess you could say there, Kathy.
Nice.
Look at the age differences. Sherry Anderson, 54. Emilia Gagne, 18. First Scotties back in 1994, and the career wins for Sherry as well. As we give you those player comparisons, they are brought to you by New Holland, equipped for a new world, and both of them have brought so much excitement to a game. Kathy, even talking to them in the fifth end break, that maybe isn't there. I know it's a placement game, but that's the perspective, and that's what I love this event, when you look at them standing side by each together beside me and doing that interview, and you know, Sherry saying, wow, the game looks great, and we're in good shape when it comes to the future of these young women skips coming up here in the sport of curling in Canada.
And you know what, for all of these teams that are playing this morning, there are a lot of people here in this building that have paid good money to come and watch some fantastic curling. That is a testament to what they believe in you, and you have a chance to perform. That is part of our sport. You are very quickly going to go home to a curling club where you will make a triple and no one will care. And there's some young students who maybe will be the next Emilia Gagne, and so if they see, well, none of you don't pay attention, boys, but if you see what is possible out there, maybe some of these guys go home and say, I think I'd like to try that. It looked pretty cool. And that's success.
I think just half, guys. Okay. And then if we do over curl and I rub the top one, I'm probably going to stay around for, so we're sitting second, third. Okay.
I like this ice.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't, in the here, it doesn't go absolutely crazy. But let's get a little flip inside.
She has all plus, so can get to the inside with a little bit quieter weight.
Right out of her hand, they are on it. That red guard is coming up. Now they're off. Trying to avoid that jam. And they'll just sneak it by the Yellowstone.
Nice
Sorry,
weight.
guys, I was soft. That's why I called you on.
Okay.
Sorry, Court.
That's okay.
I called him on. I was kind of soft out of my hand.
You know, you talked to Sherry and you heard
something
Emilia talk about, you know, her curling heroes. Who did you look up to, male or female, Kathy, when you were growing up and you loved this sport? Who did you look to?
Well, Al Hackner was always somebody that I just thought personified that great presence on the ice and the great ability. And ironically enough, Connie Laliberty, who I went on to play for, and I had always played back end, and when she asked me to play front end, I would have just said yes to carry the brooms that year as an opportunity to learn from one of the greatest, and I certainly had the opportunity to learn a lot.
That's pretty awesome then. You know, someone you look up to, you get to play with someday, never mind compete against. That's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
Is this the hit and flop, Kath, or are they trying the double? Just hit and roll
I think it is a hit and roll in, and I do like that call.
As the stone is starting to make its move, and they get it by, but that shooter has to hang on, and it won't. So for Sherry Anderson here in 7, full 8 foot, and she draws for 2.
And just a little bit of a soft release for Emilia on that last one. One of those stones that you can get away with in the curling club, but on the arena, it just straightened out, and it starts to sort of drift almost sideways. Which creates a chance for 2.
Those Saskatchewan Jackets, 5 as a Scotties skip. She was a 3rd a couple times for Stephanie Lawton, a 5th player, a senior player, mixed doubles. Sherry Anderson, she's done it all.
Really curling now.
Needs this stone though to slow down here.
I don't think so.
Final rock in 7, needed full 8 for the single. And she slides it a little bit too far, so just one on the board as she fails to score her pair. And she'll be frustrated after that. Saskatchewan does lead. As mentioned, our next stop on the Season of Champions for TSN, the Tim Hortons Brier in Regina, teams that have already qualified, including Thomas Scoffin out of the Yukon, Jamie Murray, Nova Scotia. Newfoundland Labrador, a lot of excitement there because Brad Gushu is in, so for the first time with his Team Canada format, they'll have 2 teams from Newfoundland Labrador. And a story out of Manitoba, though, in those playdowns right now is we're hearing reports that Mike McEwen is not feeling very well. It sounds like possible chicken pox, which could be serious. And your son Jacques is curling in that event right now as well in Manitoba.
Well, he is. He's in the same quadrant as Mike, and he has not played at all so far. And you know what? Often those youthful diseases are just so much more difficult for your body to battle when you are an adult. And so I know it's only curling, but jeepers creepers, Mike, we really do wish you the speediest of recovery. His team is still undefeated. Qualifying in Manitoba, it's a 32-team qualification to an 8, and Mike went through that section, or his team did, without Mike, undefeated, and so they've advanced to the second round.
That's really tough, too. Obviously married to Dawn McEwen, who is here competing with Jennifer Jones and their little one, Vienna. So if Mike is watching, yeah, we wish you all the best, pal. Feel better.
Tu l'as ralenti, hein?
La ligne avec. Juste la ligne. Oh, silence.
As we continue our coverage of Team Saskatchewan and Quebec, we've been sort of going coast to coast here and having a look at all the teams competing in this placement draw. Quebec with Hammer down by 2 here in 8. Quebec the Redstones, Saskatchewan the Yellowstones.
Yeah. 10. All right.
Okay.
And for viewers watching for the first time, it is a brand new format. The championship round continues. 2 more draws today, and then we get to the final 4, and then a page playoff system. This is for a little extra cash and basically seeding for next year when it comes to the groups in group play. And I know there's still a lot of question marks as to if there'll be some tweaks to this format. I think the one thing that stands out to me is that the wild card team might be a higher seeding next year. You never know. I mean, they come in here and arguably are one of the favorites, and Carrie Anderson, they've been red hot.
But you think that they're always going to be, Brian, because you're taking one of 2 teams that has had a very, very strong year. That's why you are up there in CTRS points.
The thing, too, with the seeding, and you never know, they may look at it and tweak it, but for the CTRS points for a team like Nunavut, well, they're not going to really have an opportunity to gain any more points. So, or a Yukon or a Northwest Territory. So, brand new, and we'll see what carries forward into next season.
That weight was good, Chris.
I'm going to throw it the exact.
Updates continue for you. New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Labrador, and throwing the Redstones is Sylvie Robichaud. It looks like Sylvie is lying 2, and I think all that Stacey Curtis has here is the draw for 1.
Little soft. Little soft. Okay, all you lines perfect. Running like
you know Stacey's going to be disappointed. She had such a great start. 4-0 to begin. Last year in St. Catharines, 5-6 record, and each and every year she's gotten better with that record, and this draw looks real nice, and it is. So a single.
Better with record, Brian, and I also think better with shot making and outcomes. And sometimes you don't get all those W's that you want right away, but they'll still take some really good positives out of this.
She admitted to me in one of the 5th end breaks and then after a game that, you know, they were 4-0 and then, you know, Tuesday lost a pair, lost the game on Wednesday, and the wheels kind of fell off. And she just admitted, you know what, Brian, my team's playing great. It's just me, a little bit of confidence. I kind of lost my mojo a little bit, so good on her for, you know, taking that on her shoulders. One of the nicest ladies you'll ever talk to at a Scotties.
Nice job.
Look at that little roll behind the corner. I'm not sure who is second shot stone. I think the other one in the wings that Sherry's going to look at, I think that's the shot stone there.
That might be it.
But Quebec looks to be second.
Yes. I don't know.
That's a really nice roll. It's brilliant if it's shot.
Yeah.
But you heard Sherry say, I don't know. And so leading will peel that corner, see if she gets a chance to hit away at it.
Nice.
I agree with you, Brian. I don't
Hit
think
down.
it's the yellow that's frozen to the red. I think it might be the yellow on the other side that might be shot.
Good.
Go, Chuck.
Good.
I don't know.
Well, she could choose to hit. She's just going to freeze down, tap it a little bit. Good option as well.
Let's go. Yep.
I know you said it many times, Emilia Gagne, and you're impressed with her. To me, what's impressive is at that age, at 18, you know, it's one thing to learn this strategy and call the game, but I really find her angles, knowing where to put the broom, pretty impressive. You know, I think she's ahead of the game on those regards, considering how young she is.
A really nice weight, just a little bit over curled.
That shot now.
Peel it out of there.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Same throw, Court.
You got it. Strong kick.
So this is the stone that they feel might be second shot. We'll try to peel it out.
Peel!
Yes! Yes!
Yep.
So the straight pick here for Team Saskatchewan.
Right up, right up, right up, right up.
Yes, avoids the jam. And now it is Team Saskatchewan lying to without hammer here, Nate.
Very nice pick shot.
Chuck.
Thanks.
Back to it.
He's talking about tapping the stone back. It's important to remember that if you do that, your shooter is going to be fourth shot. She could play back down to the stone that was just picked out on the final stone by Courtney Fesser. And if she can corner freeze that, then maybe she'll get a chance to hit her own red one on the nose for 3 later on.
Okay, start. Cool. I think I would know where. Have a quick look. I think we might be second.
I think you are too.
I'd say us.
Like right there?
Sure.
C'est pas grave.
Yep.
C'est pas mauvais, là. Je pense qu'ils sont 2.
See the earrings on Melina's ears, the Scotties logos, those are available for purchase here. And I think that speaks volumes of how much this event means to them. Want to take home a piece of all the hearts that they can.
I think we're sitting 1-2. We are.
There they are. There's the
it's like pretty
Scotties
clear.
logo. That matches the necklaces that each of these young women would have received as a recognition that Kruger provides to all first-time winners. It's a necklace that is empty with those hearts, and then diamonds are put into those hearts for every repeat performance.
Can you bring a rock home just in your carry-on?
Like a 40-pound curling stone?
Yeah, just Curling Canada would notice, right?
Just take a gift when you leave. What is wrong with you?
Well, hey, listen, Nunavut, Yukon, one of these teams will record their first ever win at the Scotties. Maybe you just grab a rock and take it home.
Oh,
you know what?
Man.
Let it work.
Nice paperweight for your desk.
We're still really out there.
To the tee line.
Okay,
gotta
just
go.
topping. Just topping.
Gotta go. No, tee line. Go.
Okay,
Go.
tee
Go.
Hard, 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 hard.
Good, Sherry. Si on était capable de la reculer un peu. La baquer.
OK, c'est normal?
Ouais. Let's go.
Looking for the double. Hoping maybe if you follow this through, you make the double. Sherry Anderson hits and rolls out. And then you play the nose on the red on the far side for 3.
Normal? Normal, ouais. Juste normal. Let's go.
First stone here in 8th for Emilia Gagne. From Alma, Quebec.
Go, go, go!
Out of the Riverbend Curling Club. And she'll nose it. Meantime, an update on Sheet D. Prince Edward Island taking on the Northwest Territories. And you see the Northwest Territories at the moment lying the 2. One to come from Robin McPhee. What is she playing here, Kathy? What do you think?
She's playing just a soft draw.
Just for weight. Line's good.
Even though she has backing, you sure don't like to play down to it.
Line's good.
But they certainly will be aware of line.
Wait, line's great. Right here. Yep, yep, yep. You're on it, you're on it, you're on it.
Has that backing and won't even need it. That's a lovely draw. Well
Very
done
nice.
from Robin McPhee. Picks up a single. So they're tied up at 5 over on Sheet D after 8. And a smile from the skipper out of the Charlottetown Curling Complex. Love that part of the country too. We've had a few Scotties and events in Charlottetown. Beautiful part of the world.
I'd like to come back to every place we work in the winter in the summer.
And bring your golf clubs.
And I didn't want to state the obvious, but yes.
Clean. We're gonna nose. Okay, Ryan.
I do think you have to play the draw on this shot. With Sherry nosing it, it's a pretty big roll if you hit that shot stone. So a little easier degree of difficulty than the last time we saw her throw a draw against 4, this time against 3, but she needs full 8.
So, Kath, we're assuming then we think that Quebec stone on the right part of your screen is the 4th shot rock. Is that what we agree?
I do think.
So there's no double for 2 at all.
You know what? It's very, very sharp, and I do think that they think that it is 3 that Saskatchewan lies. Well, Saskatchewan certainly feels that way.
Yeah, it looks that way. So it's the draw, final stone in 8. And a chance to make it a 1-point game for Emilia Gagne.
Lève la tête. Yes, allez.
She's had draw weight in her pocket throughout this championship. She's made some great draws, including one in this game against a midful when she found the back of the hearts, and she just got there. A little nonchalant in the brushing. Jeez. I guess you don't want to overexert yourself, though, if you know you got the single. Saskatchewan leads 8-7 after 8. What a morning for a beautiful drive in Penticton, BC. We're in between 2 lakes, Lake Okanagan, Lake Skaha, Peach Fest in the summertime, the Okanagan Wine Festival in this area, and we have about 120 wineries within an hour's drive.
And how many have we been to?
Of Penticton, 0, unfortunately. Enjoying, though, our time and our coverage in the South Okanagan Event Center, home of the Penticton V's, and this is a really strong hockey community as well. We mentioned Michelle McQuaid, who is the lead for PEI, and brother Adam McQuaid plays for the Bruins. A couple of great NHL players have come out of the Penticton V's, the BCHL, over the years. Most recently, Tyson Jost, who is a first-rounder of the Avalanche. Dante Fabro, a great defenseman, a first-rounder of Nashville as well. In this building, home to the BC Hockey Hall of Fame. And if you had a chance to walk through the concourse, some great photos and jerseys and memorabilia over the years of the hockey greats that have come out of this building.
I was looking at the sweater last night from one of the players that was part of that great team that won the championship.
That's that World Championship The Penticton V's, the men back in 1955. So a lot of pride for this community in their hockey. As the Scotties taking over, though, for this week as we get closer to Championship Sunday. And our game right now featuring Quebec and Saskatchewan. And there is a look at that banner.
Same.
The Penticton V's, the current ones in the BCHL, the defending champions right now, and they're on a 6-game road trip. One of their top defensemen, Johnny Tyconic, awesome on the back end. He won a gold medal at the World Junior A Hockey Challenge recently in Truro, Nova Scotia.
Not moving!
So Saskatchewan an 8-7 advantage, also Hammer here in 9 throwing the yellow stones.
Yeah, right to it, guys, right to it. T-line. Good sweep. Good shoot, Carl.
Quebec, the 2 guards out front, and Saskatchewan brings another one in. So the 2 guards out front for Quebec, and now it's the intern draw to try bury one.
Saskatchewan has those stones out in the wing, but I think a really smart move by Quebec, not going to be lured to playing out there, trying to find a way to score. And this is the way. It is now late in the game.
An update for you, New Brunswick, a 6-3 lead over Newfoundland Labrador, and that 1 yellow stone belonging to Stacey Curtis. Final stone from Sylvie Robichaud, and I'm assuming trying to play the blank here.
I do think so. She can see enough of it that rolling out is actually easier than sticking.
And a big scrub the entire way, bang it, and she will stick around, so she'll take a single. It is 7-3 New Brunswick, and Stacey Curtis will try a battle back in 9 with Hammer down by 4. In our feature, a nice job to open up the front from that young lady right there, Krista Fesser.
Trying to utilize what she has. So typically without Hammer, you don't like playing around corner guards. You like to force the play to the center, electing to do so really to utilize what is available to her, which is the corner and a stone that she can freeze down to.
Back 4, back 8.
Whoa! Back 12. Mélie, non. Okay, strike.
Yeah. 10.
10. Nice release here. Yeah. You got it.
Oh, here wide.
10.
Whoa.
Yep.
Court.
Yep. Hard. Hard, guys, quick. Hard for a roll. Hard.
Trying to not leave that stone there.
Good throw, kid. Thought I was given enough.
You heard Sherry.
Touchy to the wing, Sherry.
Thought she threw it really well.
Nochmal.
Let's go.
Playing to hit and roll inside into the pocket of those 2 yellows.
Yes! Nochmal.
Whoa, yeah! Whoa!
Yeah!
Whoa! Marie!
Okay.
Nose isn't horrible now, but let's still try to get there.
Yeah, I like that better.
Same turn I did.
I don't hate this turn.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, 10. You got her.
Nice release.
Yeah.
Ten and a half!
trying to roll it away from those
They
stones.
are.
Go, 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 go.
And
Good
they'll get it
shot.
into the forefoot, just biting the hearts.
Sherry, what was that?
So Sherry's one of those players,
22
Kathy.
seconds.
Obviously,
Go ahead.
she's still very competitive at seniors, and maybe we'll see her back. But with this Olympic cycle year, and you look across the field this year at these Scotties, what are you expecting? Are you expecting big shakeups in a lot of these teams? Maybe some new faces going forward for that next Olympic cycle?
I do. I think that it is a really big discussion most teams will have, because it's not anymore that you are discussing, why don't we play together for a year, or why don't we stay together for another year. Teams that move forward at the end of this year are making a commitment to each other for 4 years. That is a long time. So if you look at your teammates and don't think that they are the best at the position that they're playing and that they're going to be toe-to-toe or better, then maybe that's not the team you want to be with. And you can also have it in a situation that there are two people that really want to play a lot and two that can't or don't want to, and so life gets in the way a little bit. I think you'll see a lot of things happen.
I think that looks easier.
I think of, Chelsea Carey's team that played in that pre-qualifier wild card. Lainey Peters is their lead there, and Kathy O, who's sort of a fill-in, for the trials going forward. That's one team as we have a look on Sheet A now, Yukon and Nunavut. And this was the game that we first started with.
Yep.
And there is the house. And you can see the redstone on the button, top hearts. And another one there in the back 12. So they're lying 2, 1 to come. Is this the double try?
I think that's what she called, but it's moving really quickly. But a nose hit will give her a shot.
Shooter's got to hang on for shot stone for Christiane West, who is throwing the 4th rocks in this game. Geneva Chislett is the 3rd.
I don't know if it was there or not, but anyway.
And you heard that comment there. So
it was worth a try.
single on the board, and 7-4 Yukon.
Was it there?
As one of those teams will pick up their first ever win at the Scotties.
Just freeze. Lift.
Now changing tactics from the hit and roll in. Now if she can freeze to the shot stone.
On est comme freeze plus à l'extérieur, c'est bon, parce que si ça fait dessus, ça va jamais.
Avec 9? Oui. 8, 5, 9, là.
La ligne est belle.
T-line.
Back 4.
Yes, la ligne.
Back 4. Juste back 4.
Il n'y a pas beaucoup de tours.
La ligne est belle.
Oh, Nova Curl. Yes.
C'est quand même fort. Yes, 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 yes.
A little tap and kind of cozy it up into that pocket of stones. It is still Saskatchewan, though, shot rock.
I mean, if you do something with that, she's just sucking another one in there and the end's gone, right?
Yeah, well, and it might come off that.
Yeah.
Let's just go here.
Okay, I like it.
Actually, just so we're shot full 8. Wow. Bite
Just
the
bite
4.
the 4.
Bite
Yeah.
the 4 buried.
I like that.
I think Sherry feels that any play to remove that redstone could create a wall that
to get around that.
she may have a difficulty chasing after. So already line 1, we'll be happy to split the house and line 2.
Speed should be okay in this path.
I think so.
Yeah.
Over on Sheet D, Prince Edward Island, Northwest Territories in a 5-5 tie. Final stone on the way from Carrie Galusha. Here comes the house in play, and it's just a draw
Put it
here.
on the T-line, line
Full
it.
8, and she gets 2.
Yeah.
Just clean it. Clean it, clean it. You got this. Just clean it.
Sarah
Good.
Colton
2.
in the house, calling line and sweeping, and she says, yes, put 2 on the board, please. 7-5, Northwest Territories leading after 9. It will be Robin McPhee with hammer coming home in 10. Meantime, in her feature, Sherry Anderson, the out-turn draw, trying to sit 2
Okay, line's good.
with hammer here in 9.
The 4.
Lots of room. Just full 8.
Lots of room.
Whoa, guys.
Not
Whoa.
moving. That looks like a lot.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we can't. No, we can't.
Okay, Sherry.
Go, 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 go.
Shoot.
So opportunity lost there for Sherry Anderson.
Okay.
Quebec can do two things. They can hit the shot stone and roll away to line 2.
Moi, je referais ça. OK. On en prend plus large, on vient de la faire.
You can freeze in there, or you can go around that center guard. With this ice, it looks like she's playing the freeze.
Faire la même chose. Combien 5? Mais c'est peut-être même fort un peu. Non, c'est correct. Ben,
Ok.
même 9, c'est correct aussi. Là.
OK.
Si vous l'avez pas brossé tant que ça. Let's go.
La ligne est belle. La ligne est belle. Back 4, back 8. C'est mieux que tantôt, la ligne.
Même poids. C'est large un peu.
Proche, yes.
Wow!
Yes.
C'est même poids, c'est back 8. Non, 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 non.
Emilia Gagne, tap.
OK, c'est bon.
And that is good for shot stone.
Right.
I think we're
Oui,
second.
bon.
Yeah.
Non.
Wow, you can probably just play this.
Ah, vraiment, faites un tour. C'est pour ça que j'ai collé yes.
Can't. If I nose it or come on this one, I should get that anyway. The only thing I can't do is rub ours.
Kind of wait.
I think we just got to throw a heavy draw.
Okay.
I was given Carly there.
Okay.
And it hung for the longest time, and then it curled over to there. How does that look with heavy draw?
I mean, it looks a little bit like a lot to me, but if you you're just throwing what, just back at 12?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's got to hang here for a while, or else it really goes.
Okay.
But if it does hang, then it doesn't go.
Okay.
And it's that kind of scientific advice that all those 50 wins that Scotties in her career.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is she auditioning for the booth, Kathy? That's that sounds like some
This is kind of the
like
same
a world-class
as given
analyst
Carly.
there.
They
Yeah,
hang,
very
hang,
similar.
hang, and then they really walk at the end. So a little more weight should hang.
As
hang,
my
hang,
good
and
buddy
then let it
once
off.
used to say, you know, sometimes she goes, sometimes she don't
just
go.
like
That's the way she goes. That's he used to love saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deep stuff.
There you go.
Basically the same weight I just gave you.
Well, welcome to the morning show, Friday at the Scotties. Final stone here at 9 for Sherry Anderson. So you heard her say she thinks they may be second shot stone.
I
They
agree.
weren't sure.
I agree that they are.
So a tap for 2.
Little down. Yeah.
You heard Sherry say she thought it could hang out here for a while and then make its break.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Sweepers doing all they can to try hold the line. Can they roll it in for shot stone? Yes.
They can.
Sneaky.
That's okay.
So the single, Sherry Anderson, Team Saskatchewan, a 9-7 lead when we come home here in 10.
The 2018 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Sponge Towels Paper Towel. Nothing absorbs like it. The 2018 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by New Holland, equipped for a new world. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for over 20 years.
Welcome back to our Scotties coverage here on this Friday morning. Brian Mudrick, Kathy Gauthier with you. It is the placement round at this year's Scotties. So these teams out of the championship pool. And as promised, we'll check in now on New Brunswick and Newfoundland Labrador. A 7-3 advantage for Sylvia Robichaud out of Curl Moncton. We're into skip stones with 2 rocks remaining. It is Newfoundland Labrador, the Yellowstones, New Brunswick, the Redstones. You see the situation there in the house, and down by 4. Stacey Curtis trying to generate something here in this 9th end.
Well, she just made a good shot. She made a double and rolled under. It is biting and it's hard. Oh no, from here it looks like the Redstone is shot.
Normal? Is normal?
So I think Sylvie's just playing the scoreboard here and going to make that yellow go away.
She has no real way to get to that stone that is second shot buried, and so it will give an opportunity for Stacey Curtis on her final stone to hit the shot stone for 2.
And she's been out curling her counterpart, Sylvia 84%, Stacey at 68 in this draw, and the shooter will spill out. So an opportunity for 2 for Stacey Curtis out of St. John's.
Kind of weight stays? Normal. Okay. Yeah. This side's curling just a little bit more than that other side.
Okay. I agree. Right at it. You got it. Let's make it. See what happens in 10.
Final stone here in 9, and this has to curl up as sister Julie Devereaux trying to get it to curl. Stick around for second shot. Oh. Might have rolled just a little bit too far.
Yeah, one
for sure.
I'm gonna have a look again.
As Melissa Adams looks it over.
I would measure. Yeah, we'll just measure.
I think when they're close, it's just the easiest thing to do. It's hard to tell. Kind of looks red.
I thought that had come up a bit.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Like they're so
Thank you.
close together. It's hard to tell.
Ah, bah, tu
It's really easy to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, elle est là-bas, là.
So now it looks yellow. Could you turn the camera back the other way?
Really hard to tell because the way they
You can't control everything,
Hey,
Kathy.
hey,
Come on
but
now.
yes, I can.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
From that angle looks red, yellow.
Well, there's the best way, and that's actually with a measuring stick.
So you thought it was red too. It's just like
Someone's having a good time. Yeah.
All right.
Two? Just past the 2.
reddish.
Okay. So one yellow.
So just the single. And an opportunity missed for Stacey Curtis, Newfoundland Labrador.
I never thought that wasn't going to come up like that.
No.
7-4.
Yeah. Okay.
Good throw, Stacey.
New Brunswick leads. And Sylvie Robichaud will have Hammer coming home in 10. Let's meet the teams.
Hi, I'm Sylvie Robichaud, skip of Team New Brunswick. Our lead is Kendra Lister. Our second is Nicole Bishop. Our mate is Melissa Adams, and we curl out of Curl Moncton from Moncton, New Brunswick.
Hi, I'm Stacey Curtis, skip of Team Newfoundland and Labrador. Our lead is Erica Trickett. Our second is Julie Devereaux. Our third is Erin Porter, and we curl out of the Remax Center in St. John's, Newfoundland.
It was a great start to the week for Stacey Curtis, Newfoundland Labrador. They had very high expectations coming out with a 4-0 record in pool play. And so close, they lost that one-game play-in against Ontario to make it to the championship round, which continues later on this afternoon on TSN.
I think we got it.
So now in this placement game, down by 3, lead stones on the way. This one from Erica Trickett.
Which one? I think we're high. Okay.
No,
we're not. Okay, go ahead.
Now their coach, Eugene Trickett, tried to get out last night. I think he was one of many that wasn't able to with the low ceiling here in Penticton, but was headed back to Newfoundland with the preliminary round out of the way. I think wanted to get back home.
I did.
Still on hack?
His son, current CIS champion from Memorial University, one of the teams expected to do very well in the Newfoundland men's playdowns. That's Eugene's son and Erica's brother.
I think, too, for the first time in a long time with Brad Gushue being Team Canada, teams traveling to St. John's. I think 9 teams competing, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not. And an interesting story Eugene said earlier the week. 5 of those 9 teams put in the money and the effort this year, knowing in advance that it was not going to be a Brad Gushue year, that they would travel and try to get better, to have a chance to get to the Brier in Regina.
Nice little shot there from Kendra Lister.
Tight again, or?
Tight again.
It's a great shot, moves that guard off. The fact that it's on is not the issue with the score. It's opening up the front.
I took a little off.
Halfway. Okay, tight.
She's close.
Tight. Line's better.
Halfway.
Okay, hard then. Tight. Okay.
Sorry, Julie.
It's okay.
Good. Push me out of the way, no big deal.
I don't mind the
We
tick.
just hit that one?
I don't mind the tick, but
Okay. Hit and roll out. I don't want to stick around.
Yeah, we don't want to stick around.
Just normal?
Yeah.
Normal up. Firm.
really firm. Really
Yeah,
firm.
yeah. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean, clean. Just clean. Yep.
A Yellowstone goes, and
Ciao, Sylvie.
pretty simple here for New Brunswick. Just continue to
Yeah.
remove
I did
granite.
not see the call at all.
Me either. Nice and high?
What's that?
Nice and high?
Yeah, nice and high. Certainly nice and high.
Yeah.
Just
We should be good.
Okay.
Just
This young lady won the
Yep.
Canadian Juniors with her sister Stacy back in 2007.
Looks like lot.
Silver medal that year at the World Junior Championship.
Okay.
Well, this week's all about telling some great stories, and it's an event that Nunavut will never forget. The first time ever they're competing in the main draw at the Scotties, taking on Team Yukon, and a win for Chelsea Duncan and her team out of the White Horse Curling Club. But a pretty special event for 19-year-old Christiane West, who started as an alternate and then was moved up to second and then got to throw the skip stones in that game.
Great shot.
So memories to be had for a long time, and hopefully more to come.
Same thing.
Same thing, yep. Am I going high, halfway?
Halfway.
So the same?
Cross the line a little bit.
Same weight. A little more.
Same.
I didn't think so.
Okay.
Same.
Right here.
So outside her. It's halfway.
Okay. Aaron's in. Aaron's in.
Halfway tight.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely
If you
more.
can. If you can. Yep. Yes,
good,
yes,
Julie.
yes, yes. Okay. Good, Julie.
All right.
A little funkier.
Clean. 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 Good girl.
Over on sheet D, PEI down by 2 to Carrigalusha, Northwest Territories. However, you see that red stone there, back 8, and 1 to come from the skipper from the Charlottetown curling complex, so a chance to drop for 2 and force an extra end.
Needs 8 foot.
Really curling. Really curling, guys. You gotta go. You gotta go. Really gotta go. Gotta be fully.
Big brush. Michelle McQuaid, Megan Hughes, Sarah Fullerton, and Robin McPhee. They get her there, so 2 on the board, an extra end between PEI and the Northwest Territories. In our feature, the corner guard goes up from Aaron Porter as New Brunswick continues to hit.
Stacey Curtis just trying to find some place maybe they can get a nose hit out of New Brunswick. And Melissa Adams certainly doesn't want that to be on her watch.
Kendra? No! No. Whoa. Splashing. Okay.
Okay, now let's bury 3 around that.
Just
a little bit more. That's tight.
Love the optimism for Stacey Curtis. Here we go. Wrap one
I
around.
think you want to be at least 2 line. We gotta fit 3 there.
Yeah. We do.
Okay, that was a pretty slow kick and a little bit of an extension. So
Okay.
super quick kick.
Hey, 8's great.
8, 9.
Whoa!
Yeah. 7, 8.
The reason they're saying 8's great, they want it deep enough that they can have room to put 2 more in front of it.
No. Okay, good.
And a final score between Saskatchewan and Quebec. And Sherry Anderson will finish things in Penticton, BC with a victory over the young skip from
Good job, guys.
Elma, Quebec. Emilia Gagne.
Good game.
Good game. Good game.
Right here.
Okay. Did you think I was good too, or do you think?
In our feature,
I thought you might have been just a
down
little
by
soft, but I
3
had
and
you
just
here.
2 to come.
All right,
Stacey
round
Curtis
2.
needs to make them count.
Round 2.
All right, round 2 behind there. Is the speed still okay?
Yeah. What did you get on Aaron's?
4.8.
Yeah. Speed's good. Let's make it, Stace. You got it.
All right, you got it.
Intern draws to find paint.
6.
Make sure this counts.
7. Line only. 7.
Whoa, then.
Erica, you're in. 6.
Erica, go.
We can go.
Erica, go hard.
We're 5.
Hard, Erica. You have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you hard, hard, hard. Hard.
Trying to bury as much as they can. Pretty good scrub there. So
Good.
Sorry. It's mostly tucked. It's pretty darn good. It's mostly tucked.
Yeah, just half. A little less than half.
9.5.
So this is one of those that you play towards the stone, and if it turns out that you take the guard, that's all right as well. Because for Stacey Curtis, we'll need to be in the house, and then it's about removing any
Right.
stone.
A little less than half. Yeah. What time? Yeah.
Okay. I'm playing it tight, so if it hits the dog, that's fine.
Yeah. What kind of weight are you throwing?
Normal.
Oh, okay. You got it. Let's make it.
make this stone go away. And Sylvia Robichaud will end her stop here in Penticton on a high note with a win. Her first and 10. And she'll open things up.
And that's for sure a good tolerance by Sylvie. You play it tight. If If you get by, you get rid of one of them.
Does it matter?
I don't think it really matters.
There.
I'd say she's probably playing that same path anyway, right?
I think we play it like to the face of our own, maybe.
Try to get to nose.
Hope she like over curls and doesn't hit enough of these ones to get this one out or something.
Yeah.
So what, be like here, just cross it a little?
Yeah, I think like right here.
I think just better than nose is good.
We might get lucky and she might, you know, over
Just
curl and
tick
just
it.
tick
Yeah,
or something.
okay.
All right.
So same path.
That's what we're hoping for. So
what's the call? Where do we want to be?
Almost
weight's
pretty much
perfect.
nose, just this side of nose.
I think just over curl it.
Yeah.
Just
a little less. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's wishful thinking, but
Well, and at this point,
Same
Newfoundland is essentially needing a miss by New Brunswick, but grouping them, maybe if you hit one really thin, it has enough catchers, it doesn't go out. There's no point spreading them out across the house, I agree.
A little more.
I took some off.
So a hope and a prayer here. Final stone in 10. Down by 3, but still alive as Stacey Curtis has to put this in the paint.
We need a little
we're hot.
Erica, you're probably gonna need to go to get it.
I can't touch it.
Curl.
Curl up.
I think you're rubbing. You're rubbing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good try.
So for Sylvie Roby show, just have to
Swept it by
make
and
one
hung
rock go
around
away here for the win.
I don't know that it was going to stay.
Yeah. I know, it was a little shady.
Yeah.
It was real close to
I
going
know.
out if I touched it. All right, we put up a good fight in 10.
I think we just ran out of fire, guys.
They didn't give up, that's for sure. Good for them. They kept battling. Final stone in 10,
Normal.
Sylvie Roby show.
Normal.
The outturn hit. A good sweep, and away it goes. Team New Brunswick will wrap things up in Penticton with a victory.
Good game.
8-4 the final over Newfoundland Labrador.
Good game.
And more than likely, we'll see both these teams back at the Scotties with their eye on that championship round.
Scotties.
So it's time for the game story. It's brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada, and a real nice story. Team Nunavut here for the very first time as Yukon picks up the win there. You just saw New Brunswick 8-4 the final over Newfoundland and Labrador. And a lot of great memories for the young skip from Quebec. And Emilia Gagne, they'll lose to Saskatchewan and Sherry Anderson 9-7, and one game remaining. Prince Edward Island, Northwest Territories, they are in an extra end on Sheet D. PEI led by skip Robin McPhee. And the Northwest Territories, Carrie Galusha. And we'll take you there to wrap things up here on this placement round on this Friday morning at the Scotties. So it is the Northwest Territories throwing the Yellowstones with hammer. PEI trying to steal themselves a win, and we are into skip stones. And this one to come from Robin McPhee, who settles into the hack as she is playing the intern. What do you think she's playing here, Kathy? Just coming into the rings or throwing a guard?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was throwing a guard, try to get one more up
Top
there.
12's not that bad.
This end really turned around by Megan Kohler from Northwest Territories,
all there,
making
I
a
think.
great clearing shot. Got everything going, cleared up the front, rolled the shooter out.
Okay.
We need to just
roll away, right?
just peel it out.
Yeah.
That's about what I was giving you guys.
Robin trying to give herself
This will
something to
curl a
work
little more
with.
here though for
Okay, for this
And that's why Carrie wants to roll it out. If it sticks there, it can be utilized as a guard for Robin to duck behind.
No, we don't need to stick it. No. Just get rid of it. Yeah.
Pretty exciting month for Carrie Galusha after she wraps up the Scotties here. Her and father Fred will make the trip to South Korea to cheer on Team Kevin Cooey at the Olympics in Pyeongchang.
Just clean.
No.
Just clean. Close.
Clean it, yeah.
Just clean.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
You can't hurt it.
Yep.
Yes. Right out, Sarah.
Away it goes, and with one to come from PEI Robin McPhee, she'll have to be shot stone.
Good.
Nice throw. That looked nice.
Bit of a wobble there.
10 feet more than you just threw.
I think the speed's the same out here.
A little slower.
Back 8. Back 8.
Line's good. Okay.
Robin throwing at 75%
Back 8 to
in this Friday morning game, Friday afternoon now across most of Canada.
Yep, just for weight. Just for weight. Stay close for line.
Whoa.
Little tap, and it is shot stone. So Carrie will have to throw her final one here in 11.
Because that bounced off, Carrie has two choices. She can just pick it out.
Well, but this is the right way.
Oh, you want to throw this way? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what she's electing to do.
That's the wrong way, because if it runs on us,
yeah.
We can pick this, we can nose it. We have more options here.
Good. Normal?
Yes.
I like that.
Okay, let's make it.
Yep.
So you heard from Carrie, you can play the pick if it goes a little bit
We have
more
options
than you
with the
wanted.
out. We can pick it or nose
The
it.
nose.
Yeah. With normal.
Normal? Okay.
Yeah. This should run.
You don't like the draw here, Kathy?
I don't mind the draw at all on this shot, but you know what? It is so much up to the person in the hack what they feel like playing. For Carrie, feels that
Okay, let's make it, guys.
this is what she'd like to play. The draw is absolutely an option, Brian.
Clean. Clean.
Clean.
I don't think we've seen a 12th end in a long
Yep,
time.
yep, yep.
Yep.
Carrie Galusha hoping to
Whoa,
avoid
whoa,
that. Her final stone
Whoa.
here at 11.
Clean. Yep.
Bang it, away it goes. Lovely touch, 2 on the board, and handshakes. Northwest Territories, Carrie Galusha and Dad Fred Cooey, before they make that trip to South Korea, go out on a high note here with a victory.
Good job, guys.
Oh, did I get everyone? I think so.
Sorry. Good job.
I'll give you a high five.
Delayed high fives
Played like we can.
as we took you coast to coast across our great country and across all 4 sheets of ice
It's always scary when
here in
I'm throwing.
Penticton on this placement round. Well, later on tonight, now we focus on the championship round. Draw 19. It is Jennifer Jones, the 5-time Scotties champion at 7-2, taking on the rookie, Casey Scheidegger, the skip out of Lethbridge, Alberta, also 7-2. TSN 1, 3, 4, and 5 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time when Vic, Cheryl, Russ join our coverage. It is a beautiful part of Canada, Penticton, BC. We are here for the 2018 Scotties Tournament of Hearts right here on TSN. Thanks for watching.